In this video, we're going to learn about factorials. The notation for a factorial is an exclamation mark. So for example, 5 factorial would be written as 5 exclamation mark. And what this means is that we want to find 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So in general, n factorial is equal to n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 all the way down to 1. So 6 factorial is equal to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 6 times 5 is 30. 4 times 3 is 12, and 2 times 1 is 2. So basically we have 30 times 12 times 2. 30 times 12 is 360, and 360 times 2 is equal to 720. So now let's go do some problems. What is 653 factorial over 652 factorial? Now this might seem hard to you, but it's fairly simple. Let's go back up here. We notice that 5 factorial is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, right? And 6 factorial is equal to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So in other words, we could say 6 factorial is equal to 6 times 5 factorial, because this is 5 factorial right over here. So we can say 653 factorial is equal to 653 times 652 factorial, because 653 factorial will be equal to 653 times 652 all the way on to 1. So we're looking for 653 times 652 factorial over 652 factorial. Now these two cancel out, so our answer is 653. What is 5 factorial divided by 5? We notice that 5 factorial is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is the same thing as 5 times 4 factorial. So we're looking for 5 times 4 factorial over 5. These two cancel out, so our answer is 4 factorial, which is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 4 times 3 is 12, and 12 times 2 is 24. What is 9 factorial if 10 factorial is equal to 3,628,800? So we know that 10 factorial is equal to 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 all the way down to 1. And 9 factorial is equal to 9 times 8 times 7 all the way down to 1 as well. So if we divide 10 factorial by 10, we would get rid of this right here, and it would be equal to 9 factorial. So in other words, 9 factorial is also equal to 10 factorial over 10, which is 3,628,800 over 10, and when we divide by 10, we just get rid of the 0 at the end of the number. So our answer is 362,880. What is 0 factorial? So we saw up here that 9 factorial is the same thing as 10 factorial over 10. Now before we answer this question, let's look at some more examples similar to this one. We know that 6 factorial is equal to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And 5 factorial is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So we can say 5 factorial is equal to 6 factorial over 6. Because if we get rid of the 6 right here, then we have 5 factorial left. And let's try the same thing with 2 factorial. 2 factorial is the same thing as 3 factorial without the 3. 3 factorial is equal to 3 times 2 times 1. So when we divide by 3, we get rid of that 3. And this is 2 factorial. If we try this with 1 factorial, we get that it is equal to 2 factorial divided by 2, which is 2 over 2, because 2 factorial is equal to 2 times 1. So 1 factorial is equal to 1. So now, if we look at 0 factorial, if we follow the same pattern, 0 factorial must be equal to 1 factorial divided by 1, which is equal to 1 divided by 1, which is 1. So that is our answer.